today. From SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, it's the AFC Wildcard Round on EA Sports.
In its second season of existence, there's a look inside one of the real jewels of the NFL. SoFi Stadium, just south of downtown Los Angeles. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Baltimore Ravens and the Los Angeles Chargers. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020, the man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round one. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Ball at the 24 and a 2nd and 11. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 11 yards there, first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Running on first down, Eckler. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. And they will take over at the 29-yard line.
Intercepted by the Ravens.
Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
And what an incredible start to a career for Lamar Jackson. Remember, he was the unanimous MVP of the NFL in just his 2nd season in 2019. So here he is, now... the playoffs for the 3rd time. Unfortunately, his team 0-2 so far. Both times the team was favored. He wants to get that first win and hopefully the first of many towards the Super Bowl title.
Lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there.
Complete to
They got 29 yards that time.
29 yards.
That is definitely what we call on defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, uh-oh, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's the former Seahawk, Earl Thomas. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Jackson's pass.
So a pretty shaky start here for both sides.
Yeah, each quarterback's throwing a ball to the other team. Do you think on both sidelines they're sitting them down and saying, okay, remember, this is the color jersey we're wearing. They're wearing the other color. Let's make sure we get it to our guys, please.
First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Austin Eckler, the intended target. And that'll bring up second down.
Marlon Humphrey on the
You could tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
That one tossed left side into the hands of his tight end. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down. I'll tell you, he got away with it there, pops up okay, but got to be careful in the running game.
You certainly do, and these young quarterbacks, these rookies, I remember talking to Carson Wentz his rookie year, and he said, yeah, but when I take off and go, I kind of have a running back mentality, and I'm like, yeah, but you're a quarterback. That's what they pay you for. Have that mentality, but no, at the end of the play, protect yourself. All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
3rd down.
The last catch nearly got him a 1st, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try to pick up the 1st with Eckler. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
1st and 10 at the 20.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the 1st down, and that's exactly what he did.
And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage.
He was taken down.
And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
No gain.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the 1st half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Herbert's throw going to be caught by Henry. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now Eckler. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play, and that's going to leave him with a 4th down. It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
And I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't, as long as they're not listening to the chatter coming from the other side, because when you throw a pick, look, I know defensive backs, they have a tendency to be a little bit loud after they take one away, but they also have a tendency to gamble a little bit more, thinking they'll get a second one. Maybe they can take advantage of that with some double moves.
3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Chargers 3, Ravens nothing.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Give him 3 on 1st down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for his tight end, Mark Andrews, there. And now it's third down.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
On third down, Jackson. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 42 yards. And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. And that's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
So out now comes the offense back onto the field. I guess you could say they're kind of fortunate to be in the position that they're in, able to host as a division champ, because it's really one of the weakest divisions in the NFL.
And there's often the discussion every time, right, that fourth seed, should they actually be hosted? Because sometimes it turns out that division winner has a lesser record than wild card teams that get in, and some people think that'd be a more fair way of doing things. But I got to tell you, I personally like it. The winning a division title, I don't care what the division, how it's ranked, it still means something to me. I like the fact that they get the host.
I think that that's the reason you have the divisions. If you didn't just stack them all up and take the best 6 records, but there's a division for a reason, and the champion hosts the first round.
And the first rule of thumb in building a team, build a team to win your division. Beat those teams first, then you go from there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Going on the ground with Eckler. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. Defensively, a solid response after giving up back-to-back first downs.
Brings up.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On second down, here's Herbert. Allen's got it over the middle. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
The Chargers on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. He can run for it, and he will. And not going to be able to push this forward. He runs into a wall right at the line of scrimmage.
No gain on the play. It's 4th down.
So the kick from here on a field goal would have been right at 53 yards. But instead, offense out there. They're going for it. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Well, we kind of looked looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. On first down, it's Herbert. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
On 2nd and 10, the ball back with Herbert. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Mike Williams that time. Third down here.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
He'll get this to Eckler. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
45-yard attempt.
Badgley's kick is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6.
Ravens 7.
No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 20. So a net gain of 1 there. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. A reminder coming up at the half, as we've done all year. We'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin on the road to Super Bowl 53 in Atlanta. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down. This time Jackson will throw it. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Casey Hayward. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us there.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right?
Incomplete.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they, when they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown, and this one they help force another incompletion.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Herbert. Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the first. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And they won't risk defending a return downs, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Credit the sack to Joey Bosa.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Defensively, that's Earl Thomas, the all-pro safety, knocking it free.
Coverage there by Earl Thomas.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They go play action now. Jackson airing it out, looking for Ridley. And he backs it away, and it falls down incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but now it'll be 3rd down. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Final play of the half here. It's Jackson. Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
7, Chargers 6.
So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Oh, look at the juke. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a 1st down. They've kept him in check until that run. That's the first time he's really gotten loose in this game.
And you have to keep that in mind. Don't dwell on the fact that he finally had a big run. You kind of are counting on that as the game went on. Get back to what you were doing before. Start limiting him again.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
It's
Options galore here. 2nd and a few inches. Jackson now off the bootleg. They'll roll him out right. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. It's worth noting when you talk about Jackson's running ability, the Baltimore wide receivers had just over 1,400 receiving yards combined last year. And, Charles, that was the fewest yards by a wide receiver group in the NFL since 2011.
And, partner, I expect that number to go up this year. Last season, Lamar Jackson got very comfortable with his tight end group. In fact, he had one tight end that went to the Pro Bowl. But I think now, because of his ability to run the ball, it'll bring defenders closer to the line of scrimmage, and you'll see more big plays from the wide receivers downfield.
He's got it. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a 1st down. To throw again is Jackson. This will be caught once again by Brown. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown.
Baltimore.
A 1-yard touchdown reception. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
An excellent, long, sustained offensive drive. And now they can look across the field and see a defense that looks a little bit beaten down. Right now, as an offensive coordinator, you're thinking to yourself, can I dial up the knockout punch?
Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will come out to the 25 as Reed opts for the touchback.
25-yard.
Now we'll look at the Chargers offense. They get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Once more, here's Eckler. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Austin Eckler.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here comes Grant on the return. And that's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
2nd and 4 at the 15-yard line.
Again, it's Fournette. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd.
Jackson looking to throw on 3rd. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he will get the 1st down as he's up to the 20-yard line. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he stopped immediately there. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
No gain on the play.
To throw is Jackson. On 3rd down, eluding the pressure right. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Casey Hayward, the Pro Bowler, there to knock it away.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback. I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
L.A. set to take over again on offense. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
10 at the 30-yard line.
3rd quarter, wild card round. Thanks for being along for the playoff ride with us. Here's 2nd and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down.
No gain on the run.
Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
On third down, Herbert going deep here for Allen. Is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked up by Marlon Humphrey. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Melvin Ingram, he's the culprit, dropping him for a 2-yard loss. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
6.
They'll come up after the sack on a 2nd and 12. Play action. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 15 yards on the play, first down. You know, Lamar Jackson last season, the first NFL quarterback with 3,000 or more passing yards and 1,000 or more rushing yards in the same season.
And we've seen both of those talents on display here today. We just saw another completed pass. And everyone knew coming out of college he could run the ball. But for some reason, we didn't analyze it throwing the way we should have. I think every time he completes a pass, he says to himself, take that, evaluators. You guys really missed the boat on me.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Oh, and after the sack, he's still down on the field. More from L.A. in a moment. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. From the gun, Jackson. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 4th down, no problem. Just a ho-hum pickup of 14 to keep the offense on the field. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
It's a gain of 17 yards.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And down inside the 15 he goes. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Taken down.
Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Taking it in from 11 yards out as the Ravens push further out in front. People always talk about one of his biggest strengths running the football, vision, and he found the spot there, went into the end zone.
You're exactly right about that. It wasn't just the vision, right? Once he saw the gap, decisiveness, made up his mind, and about the power to finish the play. Not only did he get good blocking, he created his own space as well.
And he's got it. So the two-point conversion is good, and they add on to their fourth-quarter lead. So they're able to throw it in for the two-point conversion. Sometimes that can be a risky play, but they got it.
Yeah, you always have to be careful here because if you do get it intercepted, it's returned by the defense. That's 2 points for them, but he identified an open target and put it right on him.
Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no return here for Reed. This will be a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And here now the offense heading back out there. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far. And they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. 7 yards, the pickup there. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. The throw right sideline here is complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Herbert setting up to throw on 1st down. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another 1st down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. Nothing at all on that one. It'll be 2nd down. Clock running, about to hit 90 seconds to go in the game. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Allen. And he's going to be taken down with the 1st down at the Ravens 19. A 1st down there on a pickup of 25. So 5 plays on this drive, Charles. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. From the corner, Jimmy Smith blitzes for the sack. That's complete right side to Gabriel. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down.
And 11.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays, but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of an anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts. As they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run with Taylor. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Nick Vigil brought down back at the 31-yard line.
The Ravens going to move on to another week in these playoffs as we say so long, everybody. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long, everybody.